Hi guys, this video is about what to do when traveling the Philippines during the pandemic. Before your trip, you have to register to the following ECIF from the point of origin for a unique QR code to be presented to one-stop shop upon arrival in the Philippines. For Terminal 2 PAL passengers, there is a link for the website where you have to register. I included it in the comment section and description. For Terminal 1 and Terminal 3 foreign airlines, you have to register at the PadLab website. I included the link in the comment section and description. So you have to make sure which terminal you are going to land. You have to take a look at your ticket. You can see which terminal you're going to land. Number 2 is to pre-book at any Bureau of Quarantine accredited quarantine hotel for at least 7 days from your arrival date. And for non-OFWs and foreign nationals, prepare 4,000 peso for RT-PCR testing and additional cash for transportation expenses. At the airport, upon arrival at the airport, you have to submit the accomplished health declaration form to the Bureau of Quarantine. There is another link that you have to understand before traveling the Philippines. I included that in the comment section and description. Number 4, you have to proceed to the OSS briefing area for a briefing by the Philippine Coast Guard on quarantine protocols and distribution of affidavit of undertaking. So you have to fill up the affidavit of undertaking. 5. You have to proceed to the Department of Tourism desk for validation of quarantine hotel facility. Next, you have to proceed to the private laboratory desk for processing of data and pay the RT-PCR testing to be conducted at your chosen quarantine hotel facility. Number 7, you have to proceed to the Bureau of Immigration for clearance and passport checks. And then you have to retrieve the luggage, submit duly accomplished affidavit of undertaking to the PCG or Philippine Coast Guard. Number 10 is you have to get the airport taxi of your chosen quarantine facility hotel and observe strict quarantine. I have so many videos about arriving in the Philippines, what you have to do, how to get a taxi, and currently there is no swab test in the airport. The swab test is conducted 6 days upon arrival at the quarantine facility. So, as I have said, there is no swab test in the airport. While on quarantine, you have to prepare the following: airline or bus ticket, letter of acceptance from your own local government unit, travel pass from the PNP office at the point of departure. On the 6th day, take the RT-PCR swab test at the quarantine facility by the assigned COVID-19 private laboratory and continue observing the strict quarantine protocols while waiting for the test result. So, on the 6th day, you will have your RT-PCR swab test. You have to wait for 6 days in your hotel before you can have your RT-PCR test. And then upon receipt of the negative RT-PCR test result, they're going to email you the result. You have to wait at the BOQ health. You have to wait for the BOQ health certificate indicating the actual number of days on the quarantine. To check out, you have to present to the quarantine hotel facility in charge with the documents mentioned on item 13. You have to present to them the certificate indicating that you've been tested negative from COVID-19 over the RT-PCR test, and upon clearance, avail of the authorized transportation to your final destination and do not litter around and expose yourself to possible source of transmission. Your delay in reporting to your LGU can be a ground for imposition of another 14-day quarantine, and always observe health protocols during your travel. So guys, you have to go to the LG right away after your quarantine. Otherwise, your certificate will be expired and you're gonna undergo again a 14-day quarantine. So after checkout, you have to proceed right away to the domestic airport or bus terminal or wherever you're going. And then upon arrival to your locality, report to your barangay official for accounting and instruction. Your LGU has been informed earlier about your arrival through a DILG mechanism, and to complete home quarantine at your barangay, to complete the required 14-day quarantine or as your LGU instructs. So upon arrival, you have to go to the barangay official. You have to inform them that you already arrived and that you have been tested negative, so they can already instruct you further about the quarantine, and complete your home quarantine at your barangay to complete the required 14-day quarantine. And then after that, once released from the quarantine by the LGU, continue observing the minimum health standards like wearing face masks, maintaining physical distancing, and washing your hands. So that's the complete step-by-step procedure. As I have said, there is no swab test in the airport. You just have to pay the airport in the airport the 4,000 peso, and you will gonna have the test in the hotel.